So if I don't watch porn once a month, I'm going to be happier.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't. I
No,
totally
no.
disagree.
Wait. Yeah, bro. You will, bro. You will, bro. Gooner and stuff, bro. That's
Your brain will start working in a more optimal mode, and you'll be like, I didn't even know I could
What's
be
more
this
optimal now than somebody who has 2 degrees successful for themselves can pay up everything?
Welcome to Middle Ground. I'm Ryan, your host. To the left, we have Team NoFap, and to the right, porn stars. This should be interesting.
Okay, chat. Let's react to this because these are some gooners versus non-gooners, and that's ew, regardless. But let's just react to it.
Masturbation has many health benefits.
I don't agree with that. Anyhow, I don't agree with that, bro. I cannot disagree with that more, bro. Like benefits, no. Disadvantages, yes, bro. Like you need to do that, ew, bro. That's just ew. Like gooning, it basically says gooning is good. No, bro. Like what you mean, bro? Nah.
Agreeers, please step forward.
Nah. Who is this?
Well, you know what? Since you're hesitant, I want to start with you.
I just want to say something like, okay, I don't even think about like porn or masturbation anymore, but sometimes when you do get that idea, you know what I mean, and you ain't got no person to talk to, all of a sudden you start going crazy, like, what the fuck? Ah, shit, I'm horny, you know what I mean? Like the blue balls be kicking in, you know what I mean, right? But the thing with me is, I refuse to like still masturbate, even though it's hurting. So it get to the point like sometimes I go crazy, like, shit, I gotta go meet somebody, like, oh shit, you know what I mean, right? So, but when I let that out, all of a sudden I come back to my normal sense. So I will say it helps that I ain't gotta deal with the pain of pelvic cramps and blue balls, I'll give you that much. And if I remember right, ain't you supposed to nut to avoid like prostate cancer or something? Ain't you supposed to?
But don't.
I'm not a
We're
doctor.
not the scientists.
I don't know.
Oh my wow. I mean, I feel like there's nothing wrong with masturbation. I feel like masturbation is very healthy mentally and everything. It's nothing wrong with busting 10 nuts a day and doing all the other things and stuff like that. It's good for your health and mentally, and it relaxes your body. So I feel like masturbation, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, even chronic masturbators. So yeah.
10 times a day? Hell no.
Quick question, I want
Bro said they're chronic masturbators? What does
to
gooners?
can you bust 10 nuts in a day?
I could bust multiple.
Oh yeah,
but
he's
I
a
know,
porn star.
Well, I know y'all got super
We can all bust 10 nuts in a day.
Man, I got like 3 tops and I'm out of it, man. Go ahead on this. 10 is crazy, but go ahead.
You could say, the opposing side could say that maybe it's desensitizing you to real life sex, but for me personally, it's only given me more ideas and been an inspiration for, crazier times. So I think as long as you're doing it in, a healthy amount, whatever that is to you, should be okay.
I mean, as long as you could go to work, that's the only thing that matters. As long as you could go to work.
What if
that's
it is
good.
your
Yeah, but
It's 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, I would say like the average person, like the non-compulsive masturbator.
does that even
For one, I don't
mean?
think it's anyone's business what you do. And then 2, I also think like if you don't have a problem with it or you don't feel like you have a problem with it, it's not affecting your day-to-day life. I think it's completely natural. I think humans have been doing it forever.
I've always had a really healthy relationship to masturbation.
Bro.
So obviously I'm doing it.
She looks so innocent. I don't even know who she is, thank God. Dharma, Shawarma, I don't care. She looks innocent. She should not be here, bro.
More now, but like before I was a porn star, I would maybe do it like not even once a week. So when I'd feel that like, I guess, urge or the horniness, I'd just go do it. And then if it's in the morning, I feel more energized somehow. And then
I rebuke that in Jesus' name. That's all I want to say.
if it's at night before I go to bed, I'm just like out like a light. I don't have to like take melatonin. And then another part of it for me has been kind of spiritual. Because if you know about like the chakras, the sacral chakra is all about your sexuality and your creativity and your emotions.
Chakras?
So
Is this Naruto?
using that kind of as like a
Naruto is crazy.
manifestation technique. I was gonna say masturbation. But I've learned that like a woman harnessing her sexual energy and like using that is really powerful. And it just makes me feel like so creative and I have so many ideas and I feel so sexy.
But as porn stars, we want y'all to bust y'all nuts and stuff because that's how we get paid.
Fascinating. Let's bring in the disagreeers.
I mean, that's not origin
I'm learning
story.
so much. I'm learning so much from
Tell
you.
me you're not a porn star.
Man, highlight of my day.
What did they just-
All right,
wow.
disagreeers. Thoughts?
What do you believe that you manifest when you masturbate? Like, what do you think? Do you think nothing, or like?
I think
it's
my life.
subconscious?
You can manifest money. You can manifest experiences.
I never heard
Just
that,
that,
bro.
like
I never
the
heard that.
creative energy within your sacral chakra, and if you don't know anything about spirituality, you're probably gonna look at me like I'm crazy. And it's completely separate, not completely separate from science. Like there are parts of manifestation that have to do with like scientific basis.
Yeah, well, I love the idea of chakras, and chakras are actually energy centers in your body that are aligned with where there's more nerve energy. But when you overstimulate a chakra, then they're no longer balanced, and that is an issue with overstimulating the sacral chakra,
I know
because then
that.
it takes away from all the others.
Okay.
And going back to the idea of hypersexuality, then it accidentally, inadvertently puts you in a hypersexual place where, then it feels empowering to you, but it might
Isn't it
not
just,
necessarily
like,
be
libido?
balanced.
Libido.
Okay, but from my perspective, I'm not like doing it it's like when I feel like that like energy starting to circulate in my body, like I'm gonna do something with it. I'm not like every day being like, I need to like hypersexualize myself. I need to do this. Like I just feel like I have a very balanced relationship with my job and then like my own personal masturbation. So it's like hasn't like
What?
unbalanced my life. Like I
Do you feel like your job has taken away from sexuality with another person?
No, I've dated not plenty of men, like while I've been a porn star, but the
Yeah, she
times
just
that I
called
have,
herself a
like
hoe,
I've
that's
really
it, bro.
enjoyed
Crazy.
the experiences with them.
Actually, I found that through shooting porn, it's enhanced my personal relationship with a significant other. But I come home to my person, and so that's my person. So when you have sex with them, it's emotional, it's sensual, it's you love them. But when you're having sex on set, it's it's a job. You're acting. You're
bro.
whatever. So personally, for me, it's made the two separate. But I do know men who have a hard time in their sex life who do shoot porn, but because they're using their dick so much.
And I love that distinction, because what you're talking about is the artificiality of, your job at performance.
Yeah.
And then you
Really
being
just
able
that,
to
I mean.
experience that sensual experience with a partner. From my perspective, it's about the consumer that might not have that distinction, because when the dopamine's all linked to consuming pornography, then they're not able to, have that kind of that dichotomy that you're able to have.
I do think that there is a link between the morality and the health. So, I mean, I just don't, I think it's too simplistic to say that masturbation or masturbation to pornography specifically, sure, you get oxytocin, you get dopamine, you get serotonin. Okay, there's a ton of stuff that gives you those three chemicals, perhaps in higher doses, that are terrible. for you.
Bars.
Things that anyone with sense would say, we probably shouldn't be doing that. So I think that just, having one facet of, all right, this is healthy because we get feel-good chemicals.
Yeah.
But I'm curious as far because the prompt being what it was just objectively masturbation is healthy. That was the
Yes.
prompt. So what, not like taking porn out of it, what makes masturbation unhealthy in your opinion?
Yeah, Logan, I love what you said, actually, is that, masturbation in and of itself, I don't know that it has health benefits, and that prostate cancer thing is the world's oldest excuse for people who have compulsive masturbation.
But is it true?
It don't.
No, actually, I've looked into the research.
Like, just say you can't control your urges and go home, bro. Like, just say that. I mean,
Research
know,
and
bruh.
people who
So bad.
compulsively masturbate have less healthy prostates as they age. So the big distinction is compulsive or not compulsive. But when pornography is in the mix, masturbation becomes compulsive because it's linked to all that dopamine again.
Like, this is the way I see it, right? So you have a spiritual cup, you have a mental cup, and you have a physical cup. And I feel like me masturbating would drain one of those. I couldn't distinct which one it would be, but I just realized like it would spill out the water in each of those cups into different areas of my life, and that would lead to negative things. So I guess like a question I would have for you is like, do you think that your industry serves people in a healthy way? Someone like you.
Yeah, I mean, no, and I feel that, and I think it's a person-to-person basis. I don't think my industry necessarily serves in any specific way. I don't think it's necessarily it's a video. At the end of like we made a video, and then how
Make
you
it
consume that product is however you got to deal with that.
And that's where the compulsive masturbation piece comes in, right? It does desensitize the brain, the dopamine receptors, and going back to that connection piece, it connects a person to themselves, right? Like to a screen in their hand.
Porn is inherently anti-feminist. Agreeers, please step forward.
I mean, I low-key do, but I don't.
Well, so, I mean, I'm assuming that we're using the definition that feminism is for equal rights for men and women. I think that it sort of has to be anti-feminist in a way, because if we're talking about feminism in the context of women as fully fleshed human beings that have inherent value, I think it does the exact opposite of that. I think that it diminishes, I mean, more specifically women, but I think everyone who's taking part in the pornography is diminished to nothing more than a sexual object, then essentially a warm body to masturbate with. Wow, the great success of feminism is that now I can sell my body to the highest bidder online.
Let's bring everybody else in. We can have a discussion about this.
Spitting,
And I
yo, I might
look forward to
wanna-
hearing what
I
y'all
might wanna-
think of as feminist in this
He's
context.
spitting, bro.
I would love to start.
Oh, go for it. Speak up. You don't have to wait to be called on.
So, as a woman, speaking about feminism, we're bringing up the definition of feminism and saying it was having equal rights. If anything, women have more rights than men in the porn industry, especially on like large sets. I get a person to follow me around all day, make sure I'm comfortable. I also, everything.
Anyways,
I've suffered from porn addiction. Will the agreeers please step forward?
can I step forward? Hold on.
My porn addiction started when I was around like my teen years, my younger teen years, 13 years old. It started from just playing Geometry Dash or just a little game on my iPad. There was an ad that popped up, and it was an ad to like an adult website. And leading into my my young or older teens and 20s, that's where I started suffering from addiction. Just doing it every day, stuck in this loop of not understanding why I'm not, completing the things that I need to complete, and not like excelling the way that I saw myself that I needed to excel.
Bro.
And so started having bad relationships with my friends, my family, gone to drugs, gone into
I'm
excessive
with that
alcohol
part.
consumption. And so I recognized a pattern, and I was like, I need to get out of this loop. And so I think that thing for me was to stop watching pornography. And ever since that day, man, it's made a huge change in my life. So
Absolutely,
Do
man.
you consider yourself in recovery today, or how would you describe where you are now?
definitely. So I'm over a year away from fapping as a whole, and now I'm on the journey of helping other men discover, what the reason is for them watching porn or fapping in the first place, and maybe
mans,
showing
bro.
them an alternative way to release
Alright.
their energy.
I was also exposed to it pretty young, probably 12, 13. And since then, it was pretty much the primary source of sexual education that I had. I assumed that porn was the way that sex happened in real life. And, it thankfully never got to the point where I was, outwardly, abusive or anything to anybody else, but certainly changed my life for the worse. And, ever since I decided to stop doing it, pretty much everything's just been uphill.
So how would you describe where you are today?
Well, I did have somewhat of a reversion back to my religion, to Catholicism. So right now, I'd say I'm, again, probably on the road to recovery. It's been quite a while since I've had to
That's a brother
fall
in
back
Christ.
into it, but feeling and looking good right now. So
Well, let's bring in
Well, yeah, he just asked me about my story. Well, my story is, yeah, bro, my story, bro. I think I started like I got introduced to that stuff at like 12, 13, 14, all those years, you feel me? And like it was just bad. Like like throughout the years, it was just so bad. I didn't really know what it was. You feel me? I didn't really know like what the effects were. You feel me? Did not really know how bad it was for my brain and all of that. But bro, like years later, when I was like 15, 16, I started like, yo, this okay bad. Yo, I shouldn't be doing this. You feel me? So I was like a little bit more resistant. But at that time, I was addicted. So I was like in between of doing it, not doing it. You feel me? Then like one summer, I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. And for 8 months, I didn't goon at all, brother. And I think that those 8 months were the best ever. I started a YouTube channel, started like just documenting my life, you feel me? Like all of that. I think that after those 8 months, I think I like gone back into it. And then like those little relapses every month and all of that. And now it's been a while, like couple of months now that I stopped. Like it's crazy because even like the soft porn that you see like online, if you like IG models and all of that, like even in this video, like people can kind of be like boom, like it's an urge, like it's a trigger, and then they go do it. You feel me? Like, you gotta like run away from lust. You feel me? You like I gotta run away from those urges and temptations and control yourself to not go in that direction, but go in the other one. You feel me? And I feel like that is just like the hardest part, bro. When you're like between choosing God and like morals and choosing the sin and like losing testosterone energy and all of that, at least that's how I feel. Gotta go choose God, gotta go choose morals and all of that, bro. Like you just gotta do it, and that can be the most difficult part ever, bro. And yeah, I mean, what, like, how did that make me feel? You feel me? Like right now I feel good, I feel better, I feel like I'm chasing my dream, I feel like I'm chasing my purpose. You feel me? I'm working hard every single day, and when I go meet a lady or like talk to a lady, you feel me? I'm me. You feel me? I'm calm. I'm not. You feel me? I'm not like hypersexual. I'm not weird. I'm not awkward. I'm not sweating a lot because oh my god, it's a female. No, it's a human. It's a human. Like come on. I'm sorry for saying oh my god, 'cause that is just in God's name in vain. Forgive me. But yeah, it's just like it's a woman. It's a human. You feel me? I'll get it.
The disagreeers, and maybe we can have a larger discussion. You can step on forward.
I actually used to be a background porn actor. So like
Background porn actor.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's the difference between regular and background?
wait.
So the regular folks is but like, but I wasn't I was just the actor in the scenes. The first scene I ever did was with Kendall Woods and Jake Adams. So it was like be more like your stepsister scene. And I was just one of the friends of the stepbrother who ended up his sister, like in the scene.
Oh, wow.
But I've done like 18 different porn scenes. Yeah. And then afterwards, after that, like I could just never watch like professional porn again. I watch the scenes I made. But you know what I mean? Like I said, like damn, I did some good acting today. You know what I mean? But so I don't have a problem with porn per se, but I do think it depends on your goal.
So, funny story, when I was growing up, well, obviously you stumble upon porn. I started watching it, and I had this like deep shame about it. In like high school, college, I had serious relationships for like years, and I never like caught any of them watching porn, but just the thought of them watching it got me so like jealous and insecure.
What?
I've really worked through my own issues of feeling insecure about it.
Oh, watching her do it.
Got into the business myself. So like any argument really, I just feel like there's like so much middle ground because we're on middle ground. So that's my
there it is.
little backstory.
There it is. I'd love to hear from you guys, but feel free to, it's a conversation.
I do feel like it's kind of unfortunate that like porn addiction doesn't really get taken that seriously for some reason, and I think you can't necessarily compare it to drug addiction, but I think you have to look at it sort of like a gambling addiction and things like that, which I had gambling addiction in the past too, and it's a lot of that mental, you know what I mean? And I've seen how it can, really mess people up, like that compulsion with it, and it messes up their personal sex lives and stuff. So I do sympathize with that, and yeah, I do think it needs to be a discussion more about the serious of the addiction aspect of it.
What I found in the neuroscience research is that young people, kids, find porn and then the seeds of addiction.
That is so true. Like, bro, like porn is just like gooning is just an addiction as any other. But bro, at least I got introduced to it at such a young age with like my middle school friends and all of that. And it's just like, I wasn't a big deal back then, but like, bro, that was like 12, 13, 14, bro. Maybe younger. I'm not even gonna lie, maybe younger, but that's just crazy how you're like, it's so easy to get it and like destroy people's lives, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What I found in the neuroscience research is that young people, kids, find porn and then the seeds of addiction are planted then. So nobody identifies with the idea of addiction. And you even mentioned compulsion. So, use kind of transitions to abuse and then compulsion, and then addiction shows up later on. And usually, when it's pretty late for a person by the time they identify this is a full-blown addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, truthfully, I feel like more people probably have a problem with it than they even realize or like admit to it. Because even like a lot of like on the fan platform and stuff, like the people that we talk to, like the fans and stuff, some of them like brother, you probably gotta relax a little bit. But like, and it's nothing against, I love my job. I love this industry in so many ways, but I think it's important to acknowledge the fact that like some people probably shouldn't be consuming this because it's just not, it doesn't work for their brain for
Yeah,
whatever
and
reason.
you're totally right. It's a dopamine dependency
Yeah.
that's linked to sexuality. So the context of gambling is very much the same in terms of the
There's a
neurobiological
cross
mechanism. So
even.
you're
I
spot
forget
on with that.
Jesus
That
helps
it's the
you, bro.
dopamine they're addicted to
Yeah.
from sex. You know, someone would have enjoyed sexuality, healthier sexuality, which has its own definitions with a partner, instead of fetishes and things that are very high dopamine producing.
So may say something. At first, I said it depends on your goal, right? So, like for example, I don't want to watch porn because when I used to rub it out, I used to feel like, damn, like I'd rather be with a real person right now. You know what I mean? So it was fucking with my confidence, my ego, and all that. But by going no fat for literally a whole year, I still got needs. So I was forced to go out there and go meet people, and I was meeting women. You know what I mean? So it was real experiences versus just the computer screen. So it really depends on your goal.
All right, let's move on to the next topic, guys. No
Let's
fap
see.
leads to more loyalty in relationships.
Yeah, bro.
Agreeers, please step forward. I'm hearing a lot
It's
of.
like a heavy agree. It's a heavy agree.
I love sex. Agreeers, please step forward.
This is one I can get behind.
Saying, I would say yes. Of course, I love sex in the sense that it is the natural procreative action that brings together two people in a love so intense that it actually forms another human being. If
These
everything
days
goes
for
to plan.
marriage, bro.
That's why I stepped forward.
Yeah, I
as
was
well.
about to say, what brought you in? Yeah.
Yeah, just like, that's the true intimacy and that's the true love. Like that's what I believe sex was designed for, was to,
But he valid.
have partners show love to each other and bring another human being into this world.
Other thoughts? You love sex.
I love sex. Sex is
That's
awesome.
it.
This sex is awesome. Man.
Yep.
Sex rocks. Now, I obviously I'm in this industry, but I've had a girlfriend for 4 years as well. She's also in the industry, so I have obviously plenty of.
Bro, I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine having, like, bro, being in the porn industry, like doing it with other people, but having a girl who does it with other people. Like, how does that even work? Why even do that, bro? That's like so degrading to me. It's like you're not even special for real. You feel me? Like, you either gotta be really like confident and secure, but even then, no, bro. My girl is my girl. You feel me? That's insane, bro. That's insane. Yo.
I've had plenty of meaningless sex, and I've had plenty of sex, and I will choose sex with my partner over anything, always.
Like just like with love, there's so many different kinds of love.
Right.
There's a lot of different kinds of sex you can have, and I think they're all fun. And even like back in the day, like there were like, I'm going into like the spirituality stuff, but there'd be groups of women that would have sex with each other, like sisterhoods. And like that wasn't for
What?
procreation. So
I want to be in part of that.
gotta start reading some books.
Sorry, I love everything about sex. Porn, filming porn, everything. How the way I feel when I'm having sex, how the way I'm being touched with having sex, the intimacy, the touch, the feel, everything.
Itself
I
is
just-
crazy.
So like your brain will literally
Those
attune
megabytes.
to your partners, and attachment theory, you become attached to your partner. And we know evolutionarily, like going back to the evolution piece, that this is what made people stick together and then create tribes for safety and procreation so that it's pleasurable too. And I've had 5 children, so it has to be pleasurable or you would literally never do it again and there'd be nobody here on earth, so, it's important.
And it is. You're in sort of the most vulnerable state you can be with another person, and it's just everything going through your mind, and just the way it's making your body feel, and it's you build so much trust in a short amount of time just off of that vulnerability of being in that environment with that person.
I love that. Do you feel that on set too?
I do.
You do?
Actually. Yeah, I do.
I don't.
I have.
And
I
a lot-
No, I don't feel like you gotta penetrate a person to love them, like to get to know them. You feel me? Like, what is up with this, bro? I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know.
lot of
Personally don't
different
feel
ways. As far as attachment, things like that, I really only feel that with my partner, with my girlfriend. But as far as the trust and things like that, especially on set, and I guess it's a little different because we're performing, so we do have to have that trust. As far as I will respect what you want me to do, what you don't want me to do. I won't hurt you. We won't hurt each other. We will make a good scene. We're here to do a job, and that's
it's
it.
a
And I'm not going to
it's
be.
a strong working relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
So
like any.
Very
yeah.
much.
So it is. It is different in that way. I don't feel like genuine connections as far as like on a deeper level, I guess.
I usually
That's
can't
interesting,
even
though.
get off for the person on set. It's an acting job for me when it comes to my pro scenes. When it comes to my personal side, that's a different, that's a whole different story. But yeah, it's completely different for me.
Let's get our lone disagreeer here. I'm
just
really
been
looking
sitting
forward to
there for
hearing what you
that.
have to say.
And why doesn't he love it?
Don't get me wrong, like I enjoy sex, right? But when I hear like I love sex, it's not so much the sex I love, it's more so the connection. So like even when like porn got room for me, it's like,
see so
like
philosophical.
when I realized how fake it was or how professional it is, it's like, damn, I used to think it was real.
Yeah.
So I was looking for women like that, you know what I mean, right? But it's just like, girls ain't like this for real, for real. I broke up with my ex 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. And so when she finally moved out the house, like I just wanted to feel something. So I just went on this little like whole phase. Because I remember in December, there was this one girl, well, we was having sex. Like I remember like just mid-stroke, I was like, damn, like what are you doing? You know what I mean? I just felt bad. And there was no
Mid-stroke
real
is crazy.
connection. And then after that, like I stopped my little whole phase and was like looking for the real thing.
Taking into consideration the whole conversation we've had today, let's see if we can find a middle ground, something everybody can agree on. Feel free to pitch something.
I think everyone needs therapy.
I think,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
personally think maybe like you have to find whether or not something is abusive or not for yourself, if that makes sense. Like if you're compulsive, finding that issues, I guess, finding out what you're missing in yourself that's making you so dependent on something else is the biggest thing.
It's not
That's valid.
as easy
That's
as to
valid.
just make it like this black and white thing. It's just, okay, one side bad, one side good, one side healthy, one side unhealthy. I think it really is a case-by-case basis. And if there is any sense of like reliance or preferment over online things versus regular connections, obviously that's a bad thing. But I don't think it's as simple to just be like, okay, it's bad because some people have a problem with it.
I believe the middle ground is that it's on the consumer and not the the person that's putting it out. So
Good one.
it's really up to us to really learn, like, is it for us? Like, is that what the ideal lifestyle that I want to have? Like, does that fit in it?
I don't know if I agree with that one, to be
Okay.
honest, because, like I said, it's kids, and you all said
Valid.
you found porn when you were young, and so, brains aren't developed then, so
I see
you're
what you're saying.
asking a 10-year-old to be able to decide what they can consume or not, and
I see.
Is a 10-year-old
Yeah, and I hear that too.
But I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think kids should watch porn at all.
No.
Yeah. But that is
That's
generally who finds
know?
porn.
be
And we know
fair-
that young people are the #1 consumers of porn.
I meant like people over the age of 18. Like that's what I meant to say, not like children, because there's definitely a big issue there. I guess we can also agree on that as well. It's like it's
Yeah.
too accessible to people on screens,
Yeah.
and that it even gets out to children. I think that
Yeah.
That's
we
what
need
I
to solve the
said.
problem towards that.
100%.
Totally.
100%.
I love that. That's great.
So one of the things we all agree on is that kids shouldn't be watching porn.
Yeah,
Yes.
be
And,
18 and above.
Yeah,
please.
and
got
that's
it.
something like porn people get blamed for a lot. They're like, oh, the kids. It's like, dude, like kids don't have credit
Watch
cards.
your,
Like
watch
the
your
children.
kids.
We don't want
The
them watching
children. What about the children?
Yeah, it serves no benefits to us at all.
It's on the
Like,
parents.
yeah.
Yeah, on this side, anything else y'all want to throw out there that maybe everybody can agree on?
For me, my middle ground is do whatever works for you. That's it.
I like it.
Do whatever works for you.
I was just going to list off some things that I think we all agree on,
Okay.
which is
Go for it.
porn addiction is bad.
Yep.
Yes.
Replacing your partner with pornography is bad. Sex is a beautiful thing. We can all, I think, agree
With a
on that.
wife? Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
at least for me, those are the three things that resonate the most.
Any disagreement?
No.
Sounds like we found a middle ground. Congratulations.
Let's do this in double. Let's do this.
Yeah. Fist bump.
Alright.
Fist bump.
Moral of the flipping story. Don't do porn. Like what is it, bro? Like, just don't do porn. Like, this thing can like get you, like, it can mess with your wiener, bro. Like, nah, literally. Listen, bro. It can like not break it, but like I think it's called erectile dysfunction. Even that, like, bro, you're not gonna be able to do that with your wife. And like sex is something that's like intimate, like special. Like you can't just be wasting that like on like a nobody, there's like a whole like a prostitute like next door. Like, no, bro, you gotta like wait for that. Not a girlfriend, bro, a wife, bro. Really, like a wife. Like, you gotta like meet somebody, like learn about them, be secure with them, and when you're ready to make a family, boom, you have sex because that's a beautiful thing to create a child, like sex with purpose. You feel me? But I feel like they good. Like porn is bad. Like porn is bad. Addiction, like it should not be replaced with your partner. Like definitely no, bro. Definitely no, bro. But all in all, yeah. To me, it's crazy because I had a very bad porn addiction before, and now it's better, bro. Like my skin a bit clearer. I just got like acne scars, but before then, bro, acne was everywhere, like everywhere, and like my mental health was just worse and worse, bro. It was crazy. When you really quit that, you realize like you gotta actually listen to women, and women are like they got like good advice and all of that. You just like meet a lot of people. Let's say you had to network with a woman like LinkedIn for like a job, and you a gooner, bro. You're not gonna get the job because you think about bad things. You can't focus. You feel me? Like you need to focus. It's a woman. It's just a woman. It's just a human. But like, bro, you that weird, bro. You that weird. You that messed up. You feel me? Just don't do porn. Like it's just don't do it. You're gonna be a weird ass gooner, bro. Weird ass kid. But you can literally make the decision to quit today. Like you don't have to do it. It doesn't have to define you. You feel me? You can just quit that today. Like I want to remind you that you can give yourself permission to just quit porn because it's better for the long run. It's better for every single thing that you have in your life. Trust me, bro. So I wish you good like it. Honestly, a W video